始めるか。魔人剣そうだ。幻影人ザコメ本気を出すまでもない。さあ行くぞ。空心大優先。はっ幻影人さすがですね坊ちゃん。さあ行くぞ。大優先大優先幻影人魔人剣。ザコはザコらしくしていろ。
Hey, what's up, boss? How you doing? How you doing? Long time no see.始めるか。幻影人魔人剣そうだ。結果は変わらん。そう。 It's good to hear. Try to finish this game again tonight. There's not much left. There's just a couple side stories. This mode basically is DLC. Yeah. So this is a PS2 game, so... it didn't do DLC back then. Not to the extent they do now, anyway. Yes, this would have totally been DLC if this game was modern. No, that's my fault.
弱いのですよ。貴様現役27尻も残さん奥義超破滅勝利闇の炎に抱かれて消えろ。貴様現役魔人剣小田はず27尻も残さん奥義超破滅勝利闇の炎に抱かれて消えろ。現役魔人剣そうが小田はず下で下流石油断しすぎたようだ。
I have it on hard mode right now, so this part of the game you're by yourself. You're by yourself until the end, pretty much. Story reasons. It's best to just skip fights here at this point. It's pretty much just this, and then one more dungeon, the game is over. No, I don't like turn-based RPGs. Yeah, it's supposed to be coming to PC soon, finally. PC and Switch. It's like they don't like money. Should have been on PC and Switch like years ago. I guess they don't like money. They're allergic or something. They have some kind of intense money allergy. Especially where the Switch is a good place for that kind of game. Final Fantasy 16, maybe. They need to show more gameplay. They've shown like barely anything. I need to see like unedited gameplay to like get excited for games now. I'm tired of heavily edited trailers and stuff and like cutting away. Like I wanna see raw gameplay like what I'm doing right now. Most of the time I don't even want commentary. I just want to see somebody decent play. Somebody decent play, good quality so I can see the frame rate. They haven't really delivered that for that new Final Fantasy game yet. Just a couple trailers, no like, just what I described yet. That game's probably like, maybe like 6 to 8 months away, I imagine, because they know that the 7 Remake Part 2 is gonna cannibalize the popularity of 16, because Final Fantasy 7 is the most popular Final Fantasy game by far, and that also has the biggest universe, because they've done movies and manga, and sequels and stuff, so that game's gotta be coming before the second remake part comes. So they'll probably start ramping up marketing for that soon. They kinda have to. Nobody's gonna care about 16 when the 7 remake gets the second part. I'm pretty sure they're aware of that fact. I think 16 will be more interesting because it doesn't have to follow in the footsteps of a legendary JRPG and piss people off, which the first remake is already done. Gotham Knights, no. Pass. That game looks really janky, and I don't have the money for it right now, hence the title. Trying to raise funds. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 must come before the second part of the remake. It has to. Because it doesn't have nostalgia behind it or anything. The second part of the remake is also current gen only, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with the tech part. Could probably have like more open areas, less forced walking. But they have to cover like the actual interesting part of that game. So the problem with the remake is it kind of... From what I've been told, I never really played the game that much growing up. I didn't really like it myself. The remake stretches like 2 to 3 hours of gameplay out to like 30. It's like 10 times as long. Kinda... I just didn't like the graphics of Final Fantasy VII. Even back then, when 3D graphics were supposed to be impressive, I still preferred pixel art. I didn't really know a whole lot about frame rate at the time, but the game felt slower. I just didn't like how the characters looked. They looked like melted Legos. I couldn't get past it. The old games still hold up. The old pixel art Final Fantasies like still hold up. But like the game definitely did need a remake. Whether they deliver, which is like almost impossible because that game is very important to a lot of people, is another story completely, but it definitely needed a remake, that's for sure. I don't really think it was particularly good looking when it came out. The CG cutscenes were, yes, especially for a video game which had much smaller budget at the time compared to now. But the actual graphics when you're playing, I thought that game was just ugly. Like, compared to how good pixel art looked at that time, late 90s, that game was an eyesore. I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but I think it's the truth. The game is aged very poorly.
魔人剣そうだ剣に弱いようですよ幻影人魔人剣幻影人魔人剣ザコメ本気を出すまでもないさすがぼっち
What's interesting is the original version of this game still holds up graphically. It still holds up graphically, but the gameplay doesn't. It's kind of different. Different from the Final Fantasy VII Remake, where the graphics aged very quickly. The PS2 was like only 2.5 years away when that game came out, so it was outdated very fast. Whether the game is an important part of your childhood or not is irrelevant. That game aged like milk really fast. Whereas the old school 2D ones like still look fine. We're never gonna get a big jump like that again in graphics. I think a lot of people don't realize that either. There's not gonna be that big of a jump ever again. Graphics have hit a plateau. Such. I have Lost Judgment. I just haven't started it yet because I'm busy with this right now. Yes, I like platformers. Yes.
I よし 本気で行くぞマジンそうだマジンそうだ現役マジンそうだこのはず現役マジンそうだ現役マジン雑魚が図に乗るな
No, they're working on
お前
working on Metroid Prime 4. They've been working on that game for what feels like 50 years. Metro Studios has not put anything out, like, unless you count Tropical Freeze on Switch, which is just the same game. They added, like, one new character in an easier mode. Like, that's it. They haven't put anything out since, like, 2015. There was another studio working on Metroid Prime 4. I think it was Namco. But apparently their work sucked, so they brought it back to Retro Studios. I honestly think at this point, that game is just held back because the Switch can't handle it. That's my honest opinion. It shouldn't take that long. They turn those games out really fast back in the day, get the game to run well, because the Switch is outdated, crappy hardware. That's my thought. It's not like they forgot how to make games or anything. Yeah, they haven't put anything out in a long time. They've been AFK.
神剣そう小柄だ